Okay, so we're going to create a video clip showing 123mrp.net being used to manually control or semi-auto control offcuts of stock. So how would we go about doing that? Well, before actually starting into the application and showing different ways on how to achieve that, what our recommendation would be to create an offcut part number, which is almost identical to the actual part number that you're wanting to manage. So if I go to stores, add edit parts, you have to excuse that this video is slightly slow because when I have the recorder running on the PC to record the movie, it tends to slow down the application so that it's quite power hungry. So okay, so we've got our add edit parts. I've called my raw part steel channel, and that's basically what we're going to order in. It comes in 5 meter lengths. So when that populates the screen, what we can see is that when we eventually get there, we call the part steel channel. There's no reference to the size and the part number. The reference to the size of the channel is actually put into the part description. We're buying this in meters. Now it doesn't really matter what your unit of measure is, as long as you're consistent throughout the application. And the default location for this particular part is in our stores. However, if we want to manage offcuts for that, what I would suggest you do is create an offcut of the same part. So if I just hit O and jump to the and you'll see, so it's offcut steel channel. So all I've done has been copy the same part across and put offcut in front of the name. So the best place to do that is go to structures, call up the steel channel, if you do a right click and copy structure, and then rename the structure to the offcut using that facility. So we've got our offcut steel channel. Instead of it being 5 meters, these can be any length at all, because obviously this is an offcut. So what we're going to do, if the steel channel, for example, if we have an offcut of a certain size, we are going to book it into stores under an unplanned receipt, and we will actually put the length against each batch. Now you'll notice that at the minute it says that on hand we've got 6.3 meters in stock. Now I can tell you that that is made up from 3 batch transactions that I have booked in against that particular part. And if I go to the inquiries tab, there's our on hand stock, and you can see I've booked 3 of those in under 2.1. I originally booked them at 2.9, and then I issued 0.8, so we cut a bit off it, so we know we've got 2.1. So basically that's how we would propose to control that. So and just to show you how easy that is to do, if I close that down, so we're going to assume that we've sent the job with a 5 meter channel down to our saw, and it's going to produce it's going to cut a 4.1 meter length, which leaves us with a length of 0.9 meters. So how do we get that into stock? Well, that's very easy. So we go to stores, miscellaneous transactions, miscellaneous transactions, and we're going to do an unplanned receipt into stock. So what's the part number? Well, it's going to be an offcut. Just to show you that I've got the right one, there we go. Tab off that. Steel channel of varying length. Check batch record for length. So, and you'll notice the default location we have got set against that. And if I go back to the stores option again to show you that, I can show you that the default stores location, because our understanding is that these parts don't go back to stores, they actually stay at the saw. So I've set a default location up as the saw. Whether you decide to make those parts actually MRP controlled, that's something you can decide later on, but just for now we're just going to set it up as a line side saw. So we've just cut a 4.1 meter length out of a 5 meter, which leaves us with an offcut of 0.9. So what am I receiving into stock? I'm receiving under batch number 8023 a length of 0.9, and I'll tab off that. Now, for example, say we actually we had 2 lengths of that being cut. Well, rather than put in 1.8 here, this is the way we're going to control, so we have visibility as to the size. So if I hit right click, new, and again offcut steel channel, tab across, again default line side saw, quality received 0.9, and it's as simple as that. If I now go to the batch record on the stores, we have now got full visibility on all our offcuts and all our sizes. You'll notice that the on hand quantity has increased to 8.1, and the inquiries is now showing us all of the bookings and what we've got on hand against each transaction. So hopefully you'll see against each transaction that if we had booked them those last 2 in as one transaction, it would have shown up as 1.8, which would have really confused us because we didn't have any 1.8 in stock, but we have got 2 lengths of 0.9, hence the reason to book them in as 2 individual bookings. So for every length you're going to book in, do 1 transaction against each length, and that way that'll give you full visibility. Okay, hopefully you'll find that of use. Thank you.